tell everybody about the origin story here and what made y'all start this?
Opportunity, to provide opportunity. That I was, I think I might have said one time I was asleep and God told me to get up and do something, and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when was this? Let's go back a little ways. What was that? About 5 years ago, I think?
Yeah, around about 5 years ago.
Yeah. What was on your mind at the time?
Football. Just football opportunity. Wish I could get back out there and play, and if I couldn't, I wish I could give somebody else that opportunity that I was wanting to have. And I looked at all the talent and saw and actually heard where a lot of individuals wasn't going to college, and it was a grade issue. Then I started doing my research, and a lot of young men were trying to go to California. Parents couldn't afford it, or they were going out toward Kansas, somewhere like that, and it just got costful. I said, well, what if we could put something here like that here along the East Coast and provide opportunity? How many more guys could go to college, or how many more lives can be changed?
So these are young kids, about what age group? So these are right out of high school people coming into the
right out
program.
of high school, 18 to 21.
So when you first started this, were you looking at all the talent? Because this is Football City, USA. We're in Rock Hill. Were you looking at local talent? Were you looking at this problem nationally? Like, what problem were you identifying out of the gate?
I was identifying our local talent. I knew about some guys that were in the NFL, but I just looked locally how many more could go to the NFL if an opportunity was presented. And I believe we're starting to really achieve the goal of getting more guys interested in going to college.
So when you say the opportunity being presented, so someone might ask, so these are kids that play high school football on one of the biggest stages in the state. I mean, if you play for, South Point, Northwestern, or Rock Hill, I don't want to forget Rock Hill.
Don't forget York.
Or York. If you play for one of these programs, these are some of the best programs in the state. So how does a kid that excels on one of these teams, how do they get missed? What happens?
Well, a lot of it is academics. And, it's kind of hard for some guys to fathom some of the curriculum that's put before them. That's just kind of hard on them. And then, some of them have they're low income areas and opportunities are not there. They say they are, but it's a lot of struggle throughout the day where they can't stay focused on some of those opportunities. Then you need leadership or some type of mentorship in those areas. And that's where we come in at, bringing some mentorship. We have I can mention his name, Donald Trey Sims. He needs that mentorship, and it's actually making a huge impact in his life. Now, of course, there's going to be some hiccups, some bumps, and stuff along the road, but he's actually in school, and he's doing very well. Just past semester, he ended with a 3.2 GPA. But when he was in high school, he had a 1.9 GPA. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just about football.
It's not just about football. It's about the mentorship, and it's about, that opportunity. Because some guys wouldn't go to college if they didn't have the opportunity to play football. So football is a platform to get them to go to school. And once we get them out there, we say things to them to get them to think. And once we get them thinking, we know we got them going into a better direction.
So you guys have been at this, was it about 5 years now, right?
Close to 5 years, yes.
So you've had an opportunity to bring some of these guys into the team through the program. What's been the result? What have you seen? I know you've transitioned a lot of guys into 4-year programs. Can you tell me a little bit about the numbers and what you've seen?
Totally, not only from our program, but from helping other high school graduates get into college. We're well over 100.
So these are 100 people.
Over 100.
That otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to college, wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to continue their football career. You provide a platform to kind of launch them into whether it's more football opportunity, more academic opportunity. So let's talk a little. All right, I don't want to get too much in the weeds on the technicality of this, but I think it's important that we talk about it. So what Ramah is a junior college football program, right? So explain what is the difference between that compared to a 4-year school, and why is the difference important?
Well, it's basically like a post-grad, and we're like independent. So we just started with a few teams, and now we've grown it into an actual conference. So the only difference is the actual JUCOs there, have the school, the campus, and stuff like that. We don't have the school. So we have to find a local college to send them to for the educational part, and we do like the football part.
So where would kids go to school then?
York Tech. If someone want to stay home, where they at with their local technical school, they can do that online. But just come up here for housing. They can get the housing part in.
So does that have to be a 2-year program that they're registered in?
Yes, it has to be a 2-year program.
So my understanding is when someone's getting this opportunity, that it's not counting against their eligibility to continue to play football if they go into a 4-year program.
Right. It doesn't count against their eligibility, but let me back up for a second. It has to be a SACS regional accreditation.
Okay.
If it's not that, then we'll be messing with their eligibility. You'll be messing with their financial aid. And those factors you have to really look at. And so the program that we have our young men attending is a SACS regional accreditation, which allows any classes to transfer anywhere in the country, as long as they maintain a 2.0.
So they come do a year or two at the program. Now they have a better GPA with college credits under their belt, probably some good game film, getting on the field and continuing to play football. And it didn't count against their eligibility if they want to go into a 4-year program.
Right. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't hurt their eligibility.
Okay.
What they end up getting, the NCAA allows you 10 semesters to play 4 years of football. Now, it depends on how you come out of school as a partial qualifier or a full or a non-qualifier.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, we've been getting a lot of guys that's coming out as partials. So as a partial, they go NAIA after 12 credits, which still gives them 4 years. Or they go Division II after 24 credit, which still gives them 4 years. And if a young man is a non-qualifier, he would actually have 3 years of football left, but he can pick his 4th year up by going after his bachelor's degree. Yes.
So most of the guys that you've sent on to 4-year programs, when you say they've gone on to school, they're playing football too, right?
They're playing football. One of our most noted guys, well, we have several noted guys, but one that I'm really admired in our program that played with us was Corey Mobley. He's at UNC Charlotte. I'm real proud of Tyreek Steele. What is it, Tyreek Steele or Tyreek
Cumbie?
Yeah, Cumbie. That's his last name. I used to call him Cucumber, but yeah.